How's it going, guys? Welcome back to our channel, Zigzag Sailing, where you'll be joining myself, Katie, and my partner, Alex, as we head down to Grenada, and we will be departing from Martinique, where you'll join us for a couple of ventures there, and we'll also show you how we prepared for our passage as well. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy! Good morning! We have been in Le Marin for about a week now and are waiting for our weather window to get going to Grenada. Alex is gonna go get some water with Jasmine, and I'm gonna take Momo to a cool little walking spot in the mangroves there. It actually connects all the way to St. Anne, a nearby anchorage on the other side of like this little peninsula. But Momo is fishing. It's always fun. We ended up having to rent a car in order to pick up the package at a FedEx. And while we had the car, we thought might as well let's take this opportunity to explore some things that we can't reach from an anchorage, like hike Didier Falls, which is this awesome little natural waterfall, and we were so happy that we did. We couldn't have left the dogs on the boat alone for that long anyways, and man, Momo loves to swim, so really, really glad that we went. That package that was worth renting a car for was our Starlink Mini, and yes, it did improve our quality of life about tenfold. So check out that video if you haven't already. Hello, and good morning. It is about 7 a.m. and we are on our way to our 8 a.m. vet appointment, but we are gonna get ourselves going. We packed all the essential goods like water, treats, and we are just getting new health certificates because our last health certificates we got in May from St. John, and the vet didn't tell us for how long these health certificates were valid for when she issued them, and they expire after 3 weeks.
We're doing it the way that you are supposed to do it, even though other people have told us you can use an old health certificate. The way you're supposed to do it is emailing the Ministry of Agriculture with your paperwork and then waiting for a response, but they've already responded to us. They said your health certificate's not valid. Send us a valid one from Martinique. So we're gonna do this the proper way, even though I think it won't matter in the end. So just try signing this thing.
While waiting for our weather window, Alex decided to tackle a project such as putting an LED light over our refrigerator so we could see our fridge at night. And then this cord is for originally the autopilot, but it's just leftover cord that we have, and rather
It's
than
too much. Yeah, it's way too big for what we want to use it for, but it doesn't really matter that much.
yeah.
Better be too big than too small.
Yeah.
It's shrinking this thing. This is like a heat shrink tubing that's waterproofing the connectors. No, the connection is already waterproofed here, but this holds it all together, makes it look nicer while it's sitting on the wall as well, or on the thing. It's just really hard to do when you don't have access. This one crimped well. This one did not crimp very well. Okay, well.
What happened?
I said you have to pull the cables to know that they're actually crimped in there. I just pulled this one out. So it didn't get crimped in there very well, and I've already crimped it, so there's no way to undo that. So I have to cut it off. Cut it off pretty close to the tip here. We don't lose that much of the wire. Should have done this before. To wire in the new light for the fridge, we spliced it into the fan wire that goes straight over to the electrical box, because all the fans and all the lights are all run into one circuit breaker on the panel, we can just jump in another wire into an existing wire and it'll all work. Fan works.
It works! Ho ho! Good job. The following week, we just began to wait and went through the early stages of Tropical Storm Ernesto. We put out 2 anchors and only experienced a little over 30 knots, which was definitely okay. Alright, so we are leaving for Grenada tomorrow and I wanted to make some passage food, so we always have like pasta. I'm gonna call it passage pasta. So basically we just got some more produce to do this recipe. I cut up a whole broccoli floret. I also use about a half an onion. I use a whole or like 1.5 bell peppers, and I put a really nice tomato so it has like a real tomato flavor, and about 3 cloves of garlic. Now, I'm no chef. Alex is the chef of the boat, but today he's running around like checking us out, getting gas. He's gonna stop by the marine store, get a couple things. We really wanted a radar reflector so bigger ships can see us, but who knows, better safer than sorrier. And re-enter the cramped galley. So basically what you're seeing is what you're getting. I really wish I had a better prep station, but we make do with what we have. And we've had a lot of rain the past couple days. Kind of just drying everything out before the passage here, drying out some of the sheets.
We are cleaning the bottom of the dinghy because in this lagoon we have grown massive amounts of this green algae over everything. It just happens overnight. This time we're going to deflate this thing almost all the way and then tie it up near the mast because we just think it takes up way too much room. If we need it, we'll grab it and inflate it, but hopefully we won't need it.
Yeah. Momo is barking at a jet ski, so if you've been
What?
I just stepped in his shit. He hates jet skis, and they do a jet ski tour through here like 10 times a day. So we get these barks 10 times a day, and I get to step in shit once a day.
Once a day.
It is 6 a.m. and we are sipping up the pups. Organized our chaos as much as we could. And it is so calm out. I'm so excited. I don't think we've ever started a passage where it's been this calm, so.
We just had a small tropical like wave pass us yesterday. It was like just a small thunderstorm area that was getting swooped up into Ernesto. And since Ernesto's spinning around out there by Bermuda, it's kind of like sucking all the air towards it.
You got something to say? Oh, we are excited to get to Grenada. And we'll check in. I'm gonna try to do every 4 hours at least, but my goal is to do every 2 hours, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I believe it's around 7 a.m., maybe a little after 7 a.m. And we got Martinique behind us. We got Jazzy
In her normal position. Sailing always puts her to sleep, huh?
Yeah. She's like, just give me a spot to lean on my human and I'm fine. We have some current coming in this way.
Oh yeah, all these waves I think are just current this morning. And once we get to a little bit deeper water, the waves should be less like choppy.
Yeah. Because we are in the wind shadow of St. Lucia.
I did forget that I needed to tie this other reefing line to a different spot. Retie this.
I just want to jump in the water right now so bad. It looks really inviting. Dog's first dolphins too. We're going a little more west than southwest, but the chart plotter predicted as soon as we got out of the lee of St. Lucia that this would happen. So.
And that's why the angle is still really weird.
Yeah.
Trying to keep our distance away from St. Vincent a bit. It is mountainous. Oh, where this is almost course for Grenada. I'm just trying to steer a little bit away from St. Vincent.
Just about 6 a.m. Alex did a brunt of the night watches for sure, but he did like 8 to 1. I did like 1 to 5, but I woke him up twice. Every time I woke him up, I was super hesitant. I was just like, hey babe, I don't want to wake you, but one boat. And then I saw one flashing light that was from land. It was a fire. And I was like, I swear it's a boat, and it wasn't a boat, so I feel like I'm the girl who cried boat. And one of the boats that I saw wasn't on AIS, and that's kind of why I woke Alex up. I couldn't tell what its intentions were, and it turns out it was like a working boat, so it wasn't actually moving, or maybe it was moving, but it only had like big white lights, and I didn't know what that meant. But The moon was super full, it was super beautiful, and all the moonlight was just cascading on the water. But man, you like start to think about life a little bit when you're like by yourself at night doing a watch. And I was like, man, this is like probably the most adventurous thing I've done. I know Alex has done longer passages and been on a lot of other boats, but it's pretty cool to like be on your own boat that he does.
Sails at night.
Yeah. Alex is just saying how we're probably gonna have to do some maintenance on the engine.
We've barely used 12 liters of gas. We've been running this for a long time. Like since the wind shadow of St. Vincent until now, the wind hasn't come back yet. It still hasn't come back yet. We're about 50 miles away from St. George's. So 8 to 10 more hours at this speed if the wind doesn't pick up. But at some point, we were doing like 7 knots before we got to St. Vincent. And the wind started picking up and I was like, I'm gonna put the reef in the main. And then right when I did that, we hit the wind shadow of St. Vincent and it was 0 knots. So we can see Carriacou right there. It's just...
Yeah, so that's Beckway?
That's Beckway. Canoin. Carriacou. We could check in at Carriacou, but our dog permit says we're going to St. George's. I don't think they'll care. I've also been told not to go to Carriacou because they're not recovered yet. Bad time during that hurricane. Even St. Vincent, I heard, was pretty badly beaten up by that storm.
It would be nice to, you know, go a little faster. We took 3 months.
That's the point. We have to wait until November no matter what, but after November we can go quickly back up because there is no storms. It's just we're trying to get away from storms right now. We could have gone all the way to Grenada really quickly, and I think they let you do up to like 2 years like tourist visas there. So we could ultimately stay there for well longer than just one hurricane season, but what's the point in that?
What's that point? It's also really nice to have like a dog at your side whenever you're alone, or yes, there's a lot of pitfalls like cleaning up after them, but there's a lot of cool things too.
There's the sun.
Woohoo! Thank you guys so much for joining us for this week's episode. We really appreciate you being here. And if you haven't already, please find us on our Patreon page, and you can find that in our links underneath our profile. We really want to share more daily updates with you guys. We are going to pick up just off of Union Island and Carriacou during our passage next week, and we really hope you can join us then. And it's more of an eventful arrival. We actually got hit by a boat in St. George's on a mooring, so definitely check out with us then. And we love you guys. Thank you so much.